Welcome back to DaBoot Tragedies. Breaking news. Sean Payton has agreed to terms with the Denver Broncos, and the New Orleans Saints have agreed to terms with the Denver Broncos to trade Sean Payton to Denver. Just hot in off the presses, Ian Rappaport tweets, and I quote, "The Saints and Broncos just finalized the deal on compensation, and sources say New Orleans gets a first rounder and an early pick, likely a second rounder, but also give a pick back. Complex deal, but now done. Sean Payton will be the Broncos coach." Mickey Loomis, man. Salute. Finally, this offseason can get started. We got a first-round pick on the board. Looking like we're going to get an early second-round pick as well. Don't know what kind of pick we'll give back. Maybe a third round, fourth round, fifth round. Who knows what that's going to be. But Mickey Loomis basically gets an early second-round pick, it seems like, and a first-round pick. So shout out to him. Coming in asking for 2 firsts, and you can get a late first and an early second. That's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. We all figured that the Cardinals and the Broncos were the last 2 teams remaining after the Texans basically, came out and said they were going to take DeMeco Ryans. And then once the Cardinals interviewed 3 coaches after Sean Payton, they must have known already that this deal was more than likely going to be done. Sean Payton even came out and defended himself over the Broncos meeting on Twitter. So obviously there was some interest there, and now this deal is finally complete. And we can finally get moving forward with some mock drafts, first-round picks, maybe a couple second-round picks in there as well. So it's definitely going to get interesting for the Saints, man. Mickey Loomis does it again after the Gardner-Johnson trade, after the trade that, he got some criticism with in the NFL draft, the Chris Olave, Trevor Penning draft, whatever you want to say, giving Philadelphia that number 10 pick, which is now the number 10 pick because of the Saints season. He strikes back, get another first-round pick or early second-round pick. You can't ask for much more than that. Like, he gets no criticism from me. I'm glad he played his chips. He waited to the last minute. It was no teams left. Teams were running out, so they had to strike this deal. I'm sure he was just using other teams as bargaining chips to get this deal higher. So when the final deals comes out, we'll see what they are. But as of right now, it's going to be that number 29 pick, which they got from Miami, which I think is San Francisco, 29th pick. But whatever, I think it's the 29th pick in the draft, and it seems like an early second-round pick. They say an early pick. Maybe it's a third-round pick. Who knows? Maybe as I'm recording this video, more information will come out. But what does this mean for the Saints? Obviously, this can mean a plethora of things. We got some needs on this team. Obviously, quarterback is going to be a position of need. The backup running back is going to be a position of need. I think lineman going to be a position of lead on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line, maybe defensive end. Maybe we lose Davenport. Maybe we lose, can't think of his, Anyamata as well. Maybe we got to go D tackle and defensive end. Maybe we draft more linebackers just to get depth. Maybe we get a safety. Marcus Mantyron or both not, young spry chickens, but they play well. So we have a plethora of things we can do. Maybe we need another receiver, especially if Michael Thomas leaves. So it's a lot of things we need. So getting a first-round pick and maybe another early pick back, that would be fantastic. That would be such a steal from Mickey Loomis right there from basically nothing. I mean, Sean Payton wasn't going to coach for us, so you can get a first-round pick and another early pick back and for basically not giving up anything. That's just a blessing right there. Shout out to Mickey Loomis for that. And also, it makes that Eagles trade not even, worth it. The Saints obviously knew that Sean Payton was going to want to coach again. Him and Mickey Loomis obviously talked about it. Sean Payton wanted the year off. He was definitely going to want to coach again. And Mickey Loomis was like, hey, we can trade our first-round pick this year because we're going to trade Sean Payton, and we're probably going to get another first-round pick in return for him. So that just worked out perfectly for them, and I couldn't be happier. Oh, I just said that I was going to watch the Senior Bowl, but I'm definitely tuned into the Senior Bowl now. I've already seen a couple guys that I like that jump off the screen. Now we got a first-round pick. Y'all can expect the mock drafts as soon as all these trades get finalized and see exactly what picks we have, what picks we gave up. I'll definitely be jumping into the mocks, into the off-season stuff. Also these player reviews, season reviews. Those are still going to be going. Going to jump into those linebackers next to wrap up this defense. Demario Davis, Pete Warner, Caden Ellis, Zach Bond, everybody else who played in that linebacker position this year. But the main course right now is Sean Payton is the head coach of the Denver Broncos. Saints get a first-round pick. Okay, just read Adam Schefter's tweet. Compensation, Denver's 2023 first-round pick and next year's second-round pick for Sean Payton, and also the 2024 Saints third. So basically, we get their first-round pick this year, we get their second-round pick next year, and they get our third-round pick next year. That is a super steal for the Saints. We're losing a third-round pick, but obviously that doesn't matter when you're gaining a second-round pick next year and also gaining the first-round pick this year. That is an absolute steal from the Saints, steal from Mickey Loomis. Definitely worth the trade. Glad we didn't hold out too much longer because I definitely want to get this over with. I said that it was going to probably come this week, and hey, it's coming this week. Sean Payton is now the head coach of the Denver Broncos. The Saints get picks back. Before Sean Payton become an op, hey, man, we appreciate you, Sean, for everything you've did, obviously, coming in 2006 after Katrina and things like that, bringing the Super Bowl to the city within, 3 to 4 years of you on a coaching job. We'll never forget that. We're always going to appreciate that. But finally, I think we can finally get over the Sean Payton as the Saints coach thing. I think this was the last step to kind of get rid of, all right, Sean Payton this, Sean Payton that. Finally, we can get rid of that Super Bowl. We can get rid of that era in Saints history. Obviously, the best ever in Saints history by far, by none. It's not even close to, a second place. So I'm glad this chapter's finally over. I know we still have some coaches from his staff still on the staff and things like that. But for the most part, now that Sean Payton's stepping away from the Saints or getting traded from the Saints, we can finally get rid of that era and try to move forward, try to move on from that, and hopefully, good things can come from it. Dennis Allen, man, hey, Mickey Loomis has done the right thing. Pete Carmichael, Mickey Loomis has done the right thing. He's got you a first-round pick, basically an extra first-round pick. He got you Trevor Penny, who was hurt. He got you Chris Olave. He got you Rashid Shaheed. He's gotten players. Yes, they got to hit on the draft again this year. Bulk up some, on the defensive line. Make sure that offensive line gets healthy, gets depth. Figure out that quarterback position. But they are helping y'all. We have no excuse. And usually I'm not worried about the draft because we usually hit on the draft. We just got to stop drafting athletic defensive ends because that we just can't seem to do that. But everywhere else, we've hit for the most part on the draft. So I am definitely excited for the Saints' future. This is the only glimmer of hope we had since week 1 when we came back against the Falcons. Let's be honest. This is the most exciting news we've had by far since week 1 of the Falcons, man. So I'm going to enjoy this. This is like our Super Bowl right now. Hey. We can't win the Super Bowl. This will be our Super Bowl. Trading Sean Payton for a first-round pick, a next year's second-round pick, giving up a third-round pick. This is definitely a win for the Saints, win for Mickey Loomis, win for y'all, win for me, win for everybody involved. Now, that's all for me. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you're new here. But Sean Payton is now a Denver Bronco. The Saints steal a first-round pick from the Denver Broncos and a second-round pick next year. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below about this trade, about Sean Payton going to the Broncos. As always, this DaBoot Tragedies, and I am out.
Greatest man